said we got escorted down to some room where some police was supposed to come. What's good, YouTube? What's good? What's hot? What it is? What it's not? It's your girl, Aaliyah Capri, and I'm back again with another story time for you guys. And as you can see by the title, your girl went through her crazy stage in college. You feel what I'm saying? You know, stupid, dumb. But you know, you live and you learn. But I know y'all can't hear the 6 story time. So let's get right into it. And I might just make this video like a smoke session story time. Because that's what I got caught doing in this story time. So why not? And don't mind this dirty mirror in the back. It's gonna get clean. Just not right now because I gotta film this video. Before I get into this video, I'm gonna give a little background. It was my freshman year in high school. I said freshman year in high school. Get it together, Leah. Freshman year of college, because this story time is me getting caught smoking in college dorms. My freshman year. So, little backstory. It's my freshman year. I was going to an HBCU. I don't know if I should say the name. I don't go there no more. So it was Norfolk State. It was my freshman year at Norfolk State. The high school I was coming from, it was a lot of people that was going to Norfolk State. So I had a pretty good group of friends that was going that I already knew, and we was gonna kick it. So the first semester, all of our friends didn't smoke. It was only like a certain group of us that smoked and a certain group that didn't. Came second semester, everybody was blowing bad. In first semester, it wasn't like that. So, being that we was freshmen and stuff, we couldn't have cars on campus as we thought. That's what they was telling us. That's what they told us. But come to find out, you could. Some people, you know, hack the system. Not literally hack the system, but like would park their car in a residential area across the street from the school, so they wouldn't have to pay for like a parking pass or whatever. Or if you did, then you had to pay for a parking pass. But like when we went to like the college tours and all of that stuff, they told us like we absolutely cannot have a car our first year of college. Come to find out, multiple freshmen had their car on campus, so they lied. I guess if they say that the less to bring their car, the less people that bring their car, but like whatever. The group of friends that did smoke, we kind of had like off schedules because we had different majors. So my friends, because I had like 2 gay friends, one don't really specify, but we gonna call them J and D. So J and D were my like gay boyfriends. Like, they were awesome. They was lit. They was turned or whatever. But they stayed in towers. So how the dorms were set up, if you know NSU, you know freshmen, they go to the Twin Towers. The Twin Towers is like, it's 2 big towers. One tower is full of boys. The other tower is full of girls. And it's like, shit, how many floors is it? It's about 10 floors. If I don't recall, it's 11, but you can't go to the 11th floor unless you walk up the stairs. But it's 10 floors. So, and they have like a little lobby that connects both of the towers. to each other, so you know y'all can mix and mingle in the lobby. But me, I didn't stay where the freshmen stayed. I stayed like across the street from the boys' towers in like an upperclassmen dorm. I'm glad I went in towers anyway, because that's where I was doing my little dirt at. But anyway, yeah, so most of my friends and everybody I hang out with was in towers because I lived in upper class. So these are the people who already been here. I don't know them. So I will always go to towers and meet up with them. And you know, at night we'll like go to run to 7-Eleven, buy some like Rellos and stuff so we can roll up and go on a walk and smoke. We usually like group up and like roll up and then go and smoke like through a residential area or like somewhere off campus or whatever the case may be. So we end up doing that. We did that for like a minute until it started getting cold to the fact that we couldn't bear no more, because if you know where Norfolk's is at, okay, like that's close to the water. It's close to the water. And when I tell you, when it get cold, it get windy, it get mad windy. You know how when you sit in front of the beach on a cold day and them waves just coming and that wind just a slapping? Yes, that's how Norfolk was. So I got to the point where like we kinda ain't wanna smoke outside no more. Back what we was saying, one of the couples that got caught in the dorms is him too. But we gonna get there. we gonna get there. So yeah, it was getting mad cold and stuff. So we tried to stick it out. Like me and my mans tried to stick it out because we smoked with like a whole nother group of people too. While J and D was getting to know some other people. Like J and D is like real friendly, like really down to earth, like can get to know anybody and really hang out with anybody. Like me and like some of the rest of the people I hang out with, we really don't like to mix and mingle too much, because when you mix and you mingle, you get into some shit, and this is how we got into some shit, and this is why we don't mix and we don't mingle. But anyway, J and D ended up getting cool with these group of girls. At first it was like 2 girls, but these 2 girls had 2 friends as well, so it became like a group of 4 that they actually met. So being that, like I said, we had a whole group that came from a specific high school, which J and D came from as well. So J and D always, you know, is gonna talk to us or come back to us and communicate with us, no matter like what they doing or whatever the case may be. Also, J and D stayed in a dorm room across the hall from my boyfriend and his best friend. So they was kind of tight with my boyfriend and tight with me. So like I said, they used to mix and mingle, and they ended up becoming friends with this girl who had a vehicle. So now we didn't try to make it like a everyday thing. Of course they did, but we didn't try to make it like an everyday thing to go with them and smoke inside the car. On like several occasions we did, and we hot boxed the car, went off campus or whatever, so we wouldn't get caught on campus. Go to a low-key place off campus where we wouldn't get caught or whatever. So one day, I think it was like a special event, like one of their birthdays was coming up or whatnot. One of their birthdays was coming up or whatnot, and they wanted to drink and smoke and some more shit. Do you remember how the conversation came up about us like actually preparing to go in the dorm for that specific thing? I remember, when we was like getting a situation together and seeing like who was gonna sign in who. But like, at what point was we invited to go in there? It was that day. I know it was that day. We didn't know about it ahead of time, and then it was that day. But what was we doing before that? Oh, we must have had a smoke session before that in the car. We had a smoke session before that in the car, and they was talking about what they was gonna go back to the room and do or whatever. And they ended up having some people to come over or whatever, because it was a shawty birthday. Saying that we was gonna, you know, drink and smoke. So being that we was freshmen and we stayed at Norfolk, how the guest situation goes, mind you, I told y'all I didn't stay in the freshman towers. I stayed in the upper class dorm. So when I had to go to towers, I had to get signed in under somebody. And when you go to towers and you get signed in, I think the max is like 2 to 1 room. And it was like about 7 or 8 of us that didn't include the people who rooms they belong to. So 2 people were signed up to a different room. All of us won't sign into the same room. And when you sign into a room and you a guest to somebody's building, they have to take your school ID. So of course they have your face, they have your ID, so they know who you are and that you are in the building. So we get that whole thing situated, like who's signing up, who's gonna be under which room, even though that didn't matter because we was all going to the same room. So we got that situated and we all went up to the same room. So they started getting the bottles popping or whatnot, pulling out the bottles or whatever, and then we start rolling up, and then motherfuckers trying to prepare, you know, put the sock over the freaking, what's it called, babe? The smoke detector, because these smoke detectors was easy to fucking set off. So you put the sock, they put the sock over it and duct taped the sock so like the smoke wouldn't get in. And then we threw the towels over like the door. So they had a triple. So with the triple, you know, it's 3 people to a room and you have your own bathroom. So being that they had a triple, we had the bathroom in there in order to smoke and put the towels over the door and shit. So they get it cracking, they drinking, people chugging the bottle or whatever, and then motherfuckers is ready to smoke. So I don't know how many motherfuckers was in that bathroom, babe. Like, how many was in there? It was 6 people in the bathroom. It was about 6 or 7 people in the bathroom packed at one time. When we first started, we had opened the window to the bathroom. And mind you, we in tower buildings, so like when you open the window and smoke is coming out the window, the people outside can see the smoke coming out of the window, if you get where I'm going, because it's a hint. We packed up in the bathroom and we smoking blunts, sitting right by the vent. Vent goes through the whole motherfucking building, and we sparking up more than 1 blunt in the bathroom. So we kind of catch on like, all right, all these blunts ain't gonna work at the same time. So we started putting some out, and then we literally only had like 1 blunt going and 1 black going. We get semi-finished with like the blunt. The blunt is like a clip. It's not even the roach or whatever. And then we got the girls that's outside of the bathroom door whispering like, oh. And then they started texting one of the girls that was in the bathroom and was saying that they had the RAs outside. And we all looking at each other like, what we gonna do? So I start hiding the blunts. Cause like, one thing, we in the bathroom, alright, but you gotta find the blunt. We all packed up in the bathroom, trying to be silent as a bitch, trying not to get heard, knowing damn well none of us thought about the fucking towels on the fucking door. None of us thought about that. So as soon as we hear my job, we on the girl side of the towers. So when we hear the knock at the door, the first voice we heard was the girl already from towers. We just like, oh shit. We had motherfuckers start hiding in the shower. I started to hide behind whoever I can hide behind. So the girl ended up opening the door or whatever. And we hear them talking and shit, basically saying that they had complaints of people smelling the gas or whatnot. So the people outside the room are the people that's drinking and not smoking. So they're talking to the RAs, trying not to let them in the room. But whole time, when you open the door of the triple dorm room, you can see the bathroom straight ahead. And we had towels on the bathroom door. So soon as they got the view of the towels on the motherfucking bathroom door, it was fucking it. They pointed out that shit, and we was just goddamn quiet, just looking at it. We was just looking at each other, and they was like, "Come out, y'all already got caught. Come out." Ain't nobody moved. Like, everybody was just motherfucking stunned, scared, high as a bitch, cause all our eyes red as a bitch. And they told us to come out again, and we still ain't come out. We try to act like wasn't nobody in the motherfucking bathroom, knowing it's about 7 of us in that bitch. So they end up opening the door, and they get a glance at all us. And who do they point out first, babe? What's the number they called?
Oh, goddamn 622.
They called 622. And it was the RA from the boy side as well, and pointed out me and my mans from 622. Cause he always seen our faces, cause I always used to be on the boy side of towers, and he used to always have to sign us in. So right when the door opened, we get punched the fuck out. And all our ass get escorted out the motherfucking dorm into the hallway, lined up like some motherfucking inmates. All our ass about red as a bitch, high as a bitch, don't give a fuck about what the fuck going on. And they dogging our ass, telling us how we not supposed to be doing this, we not supposed to be doing that. We hear them, but we high as a bitch. My high still ain't blown at this moment. Then here she go, passing the phone around, trying to get everybody names and this, that, and the third, like she don't have our motherfucking ID cards. Her motherfucking know our information. She said we got escorted down to some room where some police was supposed to come, and they did, but they didn't really say nothing. They basically told us that we was all in trouble and we had to go speak to the dean, and we had to do certain things for the dean and be on probation or whatever. So we ended up having to schedule meetings with the dean, and we had to do what we had to do. We had to do an essay, we had to do modules about marijuana, and we had to do community service. And I think we was on behavior probation for a year. We're gonna get into the situation about how motherfuckers try to lie and try to say certain motherfuckers ain't do shit when everybody that was in the motherfucking bathroom did some shit, and motherfuckers try to become rats and throw people under the bus and this and that. And I ain't never do community service. Ain't never do community service. Freshmen, Don't smoke in the dorm. I ain't never smoked in the dorm after that. I went to the upper classroom side and smoked in the suite. In the apartment building. You know. Not in the dorms. Not in the dorms. You know, it was college. You live and you learn and you have fun. It don't matter what trouble you get in. Just cool. But I can say college was like a fun learning experience. What would you say, babe? But like we got into the situation because we mixed and we mingled with motherfuckers.
Yeah.
To ourselves. Not be in the mix. Cause being in the mix get you in some shit. In a lot of shit. But yeah, hope y'all like this story time. Make sure you comment and subscribe. And if you're new here, leave a caliper. And if you're a returning subscriber, make sure you leave that butterfly down below. And I'll be back with more videos.